Hello everybody, welcome back to Reality Escape. My name is Ghostboy259. We are December 30th, I believe is the day today, if I've scheduled everything correctly. This is the 12 Days of Quick Games. We are doing 12 videos in a row of the show, Quick Game, Quick Thoughts, where I play a browser game, mobile game, flash game, something free online that you guys can play as well. And I play it for roughly an hour or two, and I break it down for you guys. I give you my thoughts on it. And sometimes it's a game that you guys recommend me, sometimes it's a game that I'm just generally nostalgic for, and today this is Cloud Wars. So Cloud Wars isn't a game that I played a lot as a kid, where most of these games from this series generally stem from me being like, well, when I was supposed to be doing homework. That being said, this definitely stems from me not doing homework. This is just me not doing homework as an adult rather than as a child. The basic gist of this game is that I don't really know what else to call it. I would call it like unit management, I suppose, because you have a lot of numbers that are kind of floating around and your job is to get the highest number and beat the other numbers. Now, when I start to break down, I'm sure some of you are going to say that there are tons of games like this, and I'm aware there are a ton of games like this. This is just the one that I remember the most and remember enjoying the most. I've definitely also played games like this, so if you know of a game that's very similar and you want to leave that down in the comments, feel free to do that as well. Essentially, you are this blue cloud, and you have... Now, I'm colorblind, so if I say these colors wrong, please don't get upset at me. I believe it's orange and pink, but I don't actually know, and I don't have anyone here to actually tell me what color they are, but I don't know what colors they are, so I'm going to call them pink, and I'm going to call them orange, and if I'm incorrect, I apologize, but that is just how I'm going to refer to them. That's your disclaimer for the video. Essentially, what your goal is to take over all the clouds on screen. And the pink and the orange clouds are AI, so they're trying to do the same thing. Sometimes you're just facing one color, sometimes you're facing both colors. You also have these gray clouds on the field, and these gray clouds are pretty neutral. They don't do anything, but you can take them over and then they'll start producing higher numbers. So to get to the actual gameplay, basically what you do is you click on your cloud, you drag it over onto another cloud, and it will take half of the number from your cloud and move it over to the other one. If you have a higher number, you take it over. If you don't have a higher number, it will actually, it kind of does like damage, I guess. So if you send 15 over and their cloud has 17, then their cloud would go down to 2. However, the clouds do regenerate numbers. See, the thing is that they don't have names. I guess units, you could call them. They do regenerate units every, I think it's every second or something like that. So it's not like you can just send 17 and then send 3 and then boom, if they have 19 by the time the other one gets over there, it will be more. And the bigger the cloud, the longer it will actually take to move as well. So if you send multiple units, it's technically faster, but you can't actually send multiple units like knowingly. So you can't just be like, I'm going to send a 3, then a 5, then a 1, then a 2 or something like that. You can only send half of what you have. So you're a little limited in that regards. Editing Ghostboy here. I did not notice this, but I went back to try hard mode for a little bit, and apparently at the very top, if you want to send all the units from your cloud, you can hold control and do that. I had no idea that you could do that. That's extremely helpful. So I wish I knew that, but now you guys know. If you hold control and then drag your cloud, it'll send all the units, which apparently the game calls warriors. It'll send them all at once. Very, very cool. Also, if you have multiple attacks coming and there's a faster, smaller one coming up and it reaches a big one, they'll just combine anyway, so it's not really something that you can plan out. It's kind of just, this is the speed of this and that's it. As you get multiple clouds, they're all going to be making multiple units, and you can drag and click to click and select multiple clouds, or you can just press space, which will use all of your clouds. I was way too ambitious with selecting all my clouds at once. I would definitely recommend only doing that when you know that you're near the end of the game, but if you try to do that too early, it can really mess you up. Out there on the field, besides the neutral clouds and your opponent, you have these stars that you can go and collect. And these stars will give you 3 upgrades, and the upgrades are not in general, they are per cloud. So you have a speed, which will make it so your attacks go faster, and a very important detail about the speed upgrade is that it also increases the speed of the cloud that goes to get the stars. So if you're at the very beginning and you're trying to figure out which which one you should start off with, it might actually be best to start off with the speed, because then if there are more stars, you can go grab them. Stars are the main point of RNG in this game, and sometimes you will find yourself resetting levels because a star did not come close to you, and of course your opponents, the AI, can also collect stars, so when they reap those benefits, that kind of sucks. If you take over a cloud that already has upgrades, I believe you just get all those upgrades. I feel like sometimes I did and sometimes I didn't, but I'm 99% sure that you do take over all the benefits from that cloud when you take over. I could be wrong though. I know that is at least the case for the neutral clouds. So the second one is your capacity. I believe that a standard cloud can only hold 20 or 30 depending on either the level or the placement of the cloud. I've seen it both ways where it can go up to 30, but I've also seen where it can go up to 20. So I think it just depends on the map. I don't know what the capacity raises it to, but it is significantly higher than 30. It might even be like in 60 or 70 or something like that. But if you're playing and you're being attacked and you're attacking, you're generally not going to let it build up that high anyways. And also, when the capacity is when it will stop growing. But if you take your clouds and put them all into one cloud and power that cloud up, and let's say it gets to 100, that's fine. It won't you won't lose the extra that you put in there, which is really nice. It's just the capacity is at what point it will stop growing. But if you can just keep piling it all into one cloud if you really want to, and that's totally cool. The last upgrade is regeneration speed, so it makes it so that your number goes up faster and you generate more cloud units faster. An important thing to remember is that the upgrade does not affect all of your clouds, it affects the specific cloud that you apply it to. So if you grab a star and that star goes to one cloud, that doesn't matter. You can use that star anywhere, but you can only use the star on one cloud. So you kind of want to have like one super powered cloud, or maybe you want to spread them out and give a lot of capacity as like a defense strategy. So there's definitely a lot going on here with the upgrades and how you plan to use them. And as I also said before, this is the biggest point of RNG in this game. This might be the only part of RNG in this game. So sometimes you will find yourself resetting a little bit if you don't have the appropriate, not even the appropriate upgrades, but if you don't get one closer, because if they all go straight to the opponent, then they can get a little bit messy. If your little cloud that goes towards an upgrade is hit by an attack cloud, it will vanish, and if the opponent's cloud gets there and captures the upgrade first, then I think the one that you've sent just disappears. The other thing to mention is the difficulty. There's easy, medium, and hard. I did start off playing medium, but really medium, I feel like there's easy, and it's not really easy, medium, or hard. It's like normal, hard, and harder. Easy is when everyone starts off the same. No clouds start off upgraded, and you're all in the same boat with the AI. Medium is when the AI enemy clouds, not all, but they generally have one or two clouds that start off with an upgrade. Now sometimes clouds already start off with an upgrade. You'll find neutral clouds that have an upgrade, which is why you kind of want to capture them right away. And you'll also find sometimes that's just a part of the gimmick of the map, is that the opponents have a special cloud which kind of evens it out. But I believe for medium it makes it so that anytime you're like starting off a map, they get those powered up pre-upgraded clouds, so it can put you at a disadvantage. Hard mode just removes all the numbers, so you can't even really see what's going on. You can just start sending stuff. I didn't play too much in hard mode, so I don't have any footage to show you of that because I saw it for about 3 seconds and said nah. I did try to play the whole game in medium, then I got stuck at one level for like 30 minutes, and so I just stopped and I went back to back to easy rather, because I'm a bad video gamer. Like, I'm not good at video games, which is hilarious because I have a YouTube channel completely about games, but I'm not very good at them. And this game isn't too forgiving either. If you don't understand what's going on right away, like I wasn't, then it will just leave you behind and you will get frustrated. But then once you calm down, you reevaluate the strategies, you wait for a good star spawn, then you're good to go. Overall, this game is very simple. It doesn't take that long to beat, roughly 30 to 45 minutes, depending on how long you get stuck at the same level like I did, which was way too much and embarrassing, so whatever. It's pretty fun. It's short. It's only 15 levels. I think this would have been really cool to expand upon. I think they have a really good little system here. This is one of those games that I wish you could do like some kind of multiplayer thing with it, because I think that'd be awesome if you could connect to someone and just try to capture these territories. way more maps, like I said, are definitely possible, but like I said, I can't blame this game too much because I know there are tons of other games in this very similar genre, which I'm sure you guys will leave comments down below if you know them. But there are other game types like this, so there's only like so much you can do with it. But I do think it would have been cool to see like way more maps than this, because it is a fun game, and it's the Cloud's facial expressions always kind of get to me. Sometimes they're smiling, sometimes they're very stoic and a straight face, sometimes they get really sad or confused right before they die. But yeah, I mean, that's really my main thing with it, is just like I wish there was more, which I don't think that's a bad thing. I think especially when it comes to like a free Flash game, when you want more, I think that's generally a good sign. You know, have some levels where there's way more AI or more clouds, like a map creator where you can kind of place your own, although that implies a massive community, and maybe there wasn't that kind of following for this game. I don't really know. But that's all I really have to say about Cloud Wars. If you haven't tried it out, as always, there's a link in the description. I would highly recommend checking it out because it is pretty fun. And if you guys have game suggestions, as always, feel free to tweet me. My links are in the description, or you can just leave a comment down below. Of course, if you comment, it's not going to be in the run of the 12 days. And I have a long list. A lot of people have already recommended a lot of games to me. So if you already recommended it, I have seen it. But if you leave a comment, that obviously helps the channel, so I'm not going to tell you not to leave a comment. I'm just going to let you know that it will take a while to get to every game, because we do one of these a week, except for right now we're doing 12 and 12. But that being said, guys, tomorrow is December 31st. Our friend Cashman, who was in the very first episode of this run, he was in the Zelda and the Lampshade episode, he will be back for tomorrow's episode, because we filmed 2 on the same day, so I look forward to experiencing that with you guys. It's December 31st. There's going to be 2 videos coming out tomorrow. One is going to be a little bit of an update video, kind of just summing up how my year was, and also updating you guys on what's coming next with the channel. So if you're invested in the channel long term, just check out the first 5 minutes of that one. That'll be coming out tomorrow afternoon. Besides that, though, that's all I really got to say about Cloud Wars. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoy the game. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day thus far, and I hope you're getting ready to celebrate the New Year's with your family and loved ones, and you're reflecting on the year you had to make either improvements, or maybe just be thankful for where you made it to. I don't know. Everyone's year is different, but I hope you guys had a good year regardless, and I will see you tomorrow.